Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Look. Thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 165 of Factorio with Angels and Bob's Mods, where we are just working on titanium. I wanted to scale up all of our chunk and crystal production first, though, because it was low, and that would hinder our production or sorting of titanium ore, of course. I just needed some more machines for that first. Let's put this to manual so it keeps inserting stuff. And what is it we need? We need a lot of flotation cells. We also need a bunch of, well, if we want to scale up leaching as well, or the crystal production, then we need a bunch of these. We could do something similar to this for just crystals. I really wish I had done this earlier, so we didn't have this row up here, and then the rest down here, and this row of leaching. But you live and you learn. It's not really gonna scale that well, this whole base anyway, so everything is just temporary. But I think we actually have what we need for now. We have more chests, we have the flotation cells, we have the inserters. We have more robots if that's needed. We have pipe, plenty of pipe. Good, let's go. How are we doing on uranium? We actually have started the enrichment here. That's good news. So now we will have a little bit of a more steady supply of uranium-235 that is needed for all of our uranium fuel. We didn't connect these two outputs entirely, so let's finish that. Oh, was it just this that I needed? Did we actually make the clarifying? Yes, we did. So that's chunk production that has been scaled up greatly. Nice. The leaching really is basically as long as we want it to be. It's actually longer than anything else. Or wider, I mean. So I don't really want to scale that. If we need more of anything, I think we should make a similar setup to this down here. And then just accept that the robots will have to travel further. How are we doing on robots, actually? We have plenty. We've really put in a lot down here. But it makes sense. It is a lot of resources that needs to be shifted around. Okay, so for the production of this stuff, where would we want to put that? Actually, we need to sort first, so let's focus on that. These sorting lines are already very wide. Do I need to make a new line then? Could also extend this. This has two more sorting machines. But we're gonna want more than 4 machines in all, right? We could also extend a little bit more, actually go out to here. Let's do it for now. Sort for titanium, please. Good. 4 machines doing that. Let's hope that is enough. Otherwise, we can add another up to 6 up here, I guess. Sure thing. We have ore now. So where do we want to make this titanium tetrachloride? Sorry. We need chlorine in. We do have chlorine. Good. I'm considering doing it just down here, because mixing lines that output different kinds of fluids is just annoying. As I learned up here. We could put it in here though, but then we wouldn't really want to do anything more of this stuff. We need chlorine in, so that would have to come in here. That is possible. And then we have an output. How do the outputs look from these? I got tier 2s of these. So we have an output over here. We can fit it in that pipe pretty easily. I think we even considered it with this setup, or maybe we had another setup somewhere that actually output like this. Could also do it on the end of this thing here, because this is blocking a lot of expandability for other things here. And maybe we're not even blocking, but could we get chlorine in here? Not really. I think we will just have to do it here then. Do we have a blueprint for this? Nope. We don't need an output for this actually. Just the input. This is gonna be ugly, but oh well. Request carbon and titanium. Now if we output 120 of these every 8 seconds with a crafting speed of 1.5, so that's 180 every 8 seconds. That is 90 every 4 seconds, 45 every 2 seconds, so 22.5 per second. What can we do with that? Spongy stuff. Well, we can get 24 titanium every 8 seconds then. Titanium sponge, of course. So these are 1-to-1. Unless we start putting in some productivity, of course, but let's not worry about that. No, not you. Sorry. Sponge. So I could do something like this. Could also try and keep the style here. Keep all of the blueprints similar. Which this goes against, of course, but oh well. We need an output here. And power. So now we have sponges. Then we can smelt those. I feel like I would like to have these as close together as possible. And of course now we get problems here. Yeah, that sucks. Hmm. It's only from machines doing this stuff that we have problems though. But still, why are we not just making a new line for this entirely? I think that would be better. Let's not worry too much about the efficiency of the robots when we have all that we need. Cut these. Well, do we want to reserve the space down here for leaching? We have all sorts of things going into leaching, so we can't really do it after this or anything like that. So I think I'm not gonna reserve any space here. Whoops. Paste. Good. With 4 of these, we get 24. Wait, how did I figure this was 1-to-1? This spends this amount every 6 seconds. I'm so bad at math and numbers sometimes. This will be able to use everything from this, but it will be idle some of the time. 1/4 of the time, I guess. But maybe that's okay for the simplicity of this setup. Sure. Simple is also good. So screw it. So every 8 seconds we produce 4 times this recipe. So every 2 seconds we produce this, so that's 12 titanium sponge per second. Let's get a fast bonus. Because we can fit these into the same setup and just bring the chlorine further along, as long as we don't start mixing it with other things that also require fluids. So you are supposed to make this stuff. 24 every 4 seconds. Crafting speed of 2, so a little bit faster. We make 24 every 2 seconds. So we need 2 of these. If they had the same crafting speed, I'm just gonna ignore that they're not scaled correctly entirely here, I think. How are we actually doing on carbon? And should we start importing carbon instead of producing it locally? Are we using anything from the carbon here? We have the whole sodium hydroxide. Why is that not being pushed? Oh, it's a request just my bad. Sorry. We export this from here, okay. And that's fine. We have plenty of that elsewhere, I mean. We produce nitrogen that's needed for other stuff as well. We don't really need to produce this locally. So we could get rid of... Wait, we're not exporting this yet, at least. And I don't think we will be then, because if we just import the coal or the carbon, that makes it a lot easier. Unless we need this. But this just produces sulfuric wastewater, which we also have plenty of already. Do we need coal for anything here, is the question. Is there an easy way to find out? Can we see all requests somehow? We can see system storage, but not anything else. I can try and see where the crushed coal goes from here. I would guess it's just going down or to the left to that coke production. And nowhere else. Actually. Crushed coal is only used in coke. Okay. So coke. Is this used for anything else here? Yes, it is. Well, we're not actually using these recipes, at least here. We would probably be using this recipe if we wanted to make manganese. Tin, nope. So for manganese only, it seems. And lead anodes, okay. We are making those, I believe. No, that's nickel cathodes. So just manganese, I think. And we do not use manganese for anything but other smelting recipes, right? It's only used in other things just to lessen your load on other resource types. And manganese is just a byproduct of other things. but nothing that we're doing, so we won't be getting manganese. So there's no reason to make the coke. And the carbon itself we will be importing and not exporting this. So we can get rid of all that. Let's import the carbon first though. It is, of course, only small amounts that we need. So should we just use a fuel depot like this over here? Or the coal here? Actually, we can just replace the coal train. Are we using the coal directly for anything other than crushed coal? Coal. Ingredient in air filters. So if we ever actually want to filter the air around here, but I don't think we need that. That's a big nope. So let's remove that from this. Call this carbon instead. And get a train to fetch carbon for us. Carbon for cargo. Multi-processing cargo. Carbon, empty cargo. Go. This coal won't be used for quite a while. What are we going to do with this coal? Should we just wait and let it be used? Maybe not output the carbon until it is used. Sure, so everything will stop working at some point here. And I'm gonna forget all about it, and then we won't have any resources, but it's just what I'm going to do anyway. So let's expect that we have plenty of carbon for fuel here. Good. We have the ingots. Now we need to smelt it into molten titanium and then cast it. And that we can easily just do at any of these other locations where we're doing that already, like right here, or right up here, because it's shorter. Not that, but this higher tier. Have we actually replaced all of our low tiers of these induction furnaces? Nope. Well, most of them it seems. So that's fine. You need to make molten titanium, please. You make 120 every 4 seconds with a crafting speed of 2. So that's 60 per second. This will consume 10 per second with a crafting speed of 2, so 20. So we need 3 of these. Is that correct? Three to one? Yep. Now we're getting to the point where this just seems so much more reasonable. Because this one machine and this one, and then a assembling machine to cut, can produce more than this setup can, I think. So even if we don't want to export the titanium sheet coil, we could still produce it and then cut it instantly, or locally. Is that something we want? Hmm. I'm not sure if I like that better or not. This can produce 2 10-sheet coils every 4 seconds. That's the same as 8 plate. This can produce 4 plate. So these two can do the same. Okay, it's actually not that, well, it's not more dense at all if we also need to cut it, I guess. At least not by the amount that I was thinking initially. So this should be the correct ratio. And there we have our titanium. I think we will just scale this up slightly. What are we producing here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 per second. If they run at full speed. I'm not sure if we have enough ingots for that, but we can then scale this stuff down here up. I don't remember how many we would be making. We need to make really just, no wait, this is not the correct numbers. 12 sponges per second. Each makes 4 per second, 6 per second, 6, 12, 18, 24. So we are making plenty. Twice the amount that we need, I would guess. It's weird that it says that would need 3 machines, though. That's chemical furnace 1, though. These are tier 2, yes. Use these always, anywhere, everywhere. Now we need 2, good. So 4 of them can produce for twice the amount. Now, I have no idea if we have the crystals we need for all of this, but that's okay. We can just double this production. I would just like it to be a little bit faster at the start because, well, we need it for a lot of different stuff. How are our robots doing? Just fine. Not really doing a lot of stuff. These are working. We can start requesting it to a train station. I think we were talking about the gold train somewhere. This is gold. Just filling the back 2 wagons with titanium. I think that sounds just great. Now our robots have something to do for a little while until the backup is emptied out. Which it should be now. Good. We have plenty of gold. That's nice to see. This actually gets everything that it needs way faster than this. Probably should start upgrading all of these to tier 2 or fast inserters. Always. And I'm out. Let's just grab a few more and do a little bit more of this. I'm not gonna do it all right now though, but just some of it. Especially the stuff I'm watching and waiting for. Hmm. Well, I guess it will wait. The reason why I didn't want the other train to wait is that it will never meet the empty cargo and the full cargo conditions. This actually can. Get full. It might not ever get empty, but that depends how much of each resource we are using, of course. I want to be at the other end when this train arrives, so let's go back. Or do we need to look at crystal production first? Because now we're lacking ore here. Because we're lacking crystals. Stereotype crystals. Oh, that was the problem of not enough stereotype that we need to fix. Let's just make sure that the titanium finds a nice new home first, and then we can go fix that. I really should just put all of these machines into a chest down there, instead of bringing them back with me. Titanium is on its way. Nice. Where did these come from? I'm not sure. Good. Actually, we could make this better. We could say specific titanium or gold is at 0. Something like this. That was supposed to be the other way around. These are then supposed to be full wagons. 2 full wagons with 200 in each slot, 40 slots, 40, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000. I think. Not 19. One of those is true. Can we copy? No, not like that at least. Dang it. Get back here. Gold is 0 or titanium is 0. Actually, this is not good. We need an AND condition then. Because now it's not picking up any titanium because the gold is already full. How are we going to do this? Other way around. Just because it's now gold we're full on, so gold and 10 seconds, or our titanium is full. Have we limited these? We have. So they should even out at some point. And we can now start making gear wheels and stuff out of the titanium. Clear that. But first we really should go and fix Deritite. Because yeah, we're not getting a lot in. Might as well fix some of the Crotinium and Rubite as well then. Rubite is actually completely out, but we still have some in the chest. So yeah, let's go do that. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.